Hey guys, we are back and it is Thursday. Hope you guys have had an awesome day. Today is the release of Franklin, and we're going to be doing a couple videos today. The first one we're going to be jumping into is the Omega Tower, and we're going to see how it goes with Franklin at 3 red. Of course, like always, we'll go over his kit as we go and check out his different abilities, his passive, and see how he interacts with the rest of the team. And then, of course, later on, I'm going to be putting together a Professor X video with Franklin at 3 red. So if that's something you're interested in, be on the lookout for that as well. So let's go ahead and jump in. We are going to be doing the Omega Baxter Tower. So let's take a look. First of all, how many floors are there? Looks like 11. And floor 11 is going to have a Nihilus with some minions, which is kind of cool. It'll be cool to see a Nihilus in boss mode. So let's take a look at what the rewards are. We're going to be getting a bunch of unstable cells, which are going to help with the milestone. And then, of course, we're going to be able to open up some orbs with these, I believe, coming up in the next week or so. So, all right, let's jump in and see how it goes. So we are going to be taking the entire Fantastic Four. All right, let's find Franklin and the Thing. Okay, we're going to bring him over here. Okay, I'm going to be starting him out as a skirmisher because we definitely want to get as much focus as possible to try to land that silence on everyone on the other side of the field. So we'll take a look and see how that goes. So let's jump in. Let me know in the comments, guys. Did you unlock Franklin today? Are you holding out for the leaderboard event next week that is going to use power cores? And if you didn't know about that, heads up, there is a leaderboard coming out Monday that's going to have Quasar Diamonds. I do not know what type of gear yet, but power cores are a way to score points. So if you're planning on coring for Franklin and you haven't already, and you're interested in those leaderboard points, wait until reset on Monday. All right, so let's go ahead and get through these lower floors as quickly as possible. And of course, Invisible Woman's ultimate is boss mode for sure. I do think we're going to have some harder floors a little ways up. I think floor 9 or 10 is going to have Annihilators, and arena buffs are active, so should be somewhat challenging. All right, let's go ahead and go after Void Knight. Franklin should typically go 3rd, I believe. Okay, so let's jump in. First things first, passive. When a Fantastic Four MCU ally uses their special or ultimate, fill speed bar by 4% for self and all allies. If this character has 2 or more Fantastic Four MCU allies, enemies cannot have their speed increased except by positive effects. Lower resistance by 50% for all enemies until this character completes a turn. Gain 5% speed. Fantastic Four allies also gain 5% speed. If this character has 2 or more Fantastic Four MCU allies, gain an additional 45% speed. So essentially, if you have 3 MCU members, you're going to be getting 50% speed bar, regardless of who your team is. In Arena, if this character has 2 or more Fantastic Four MCU allies, all other allies gain 50%. So outside of Arena, All of the MCU characters are going to gain 50% speed bar. If you're in arena, everyone gains 50% speed bar. All right. His basic, flip 3 negative effects into positive effects on self. Attack primary and adjacent targets for 320% damage. Flip 3 positive effects into negative effects. We will definitely use him periodically depending on who's on the team as a striker as well, because his basic attack, flipping all those negative effects and positive effects around will come in very handy. But we'll have to see if he has any issues landing silence. That is the main thing with his ultimate, is getting silence out there. Okay. All right, so let's check his ultimate out. Clear all battlefield effects and apply the battlefield effect Future Foundation to the enemy side. In arena, this battlefield effect cannot be cleared or replaced by another battlefield effect and lasts until 8 characters, allies, and enemies have completed their turns. If this character has 2 or more Fantastic Four MCU allies, reduce the duration of all positive effects by 2 on all enemies. Attack all enemies for 350% damage. Clear all charged. Apply silence. If this character has 2 or more Fantastic Four MCU allies, apply silence for 2 turns instead. In arena, on enemy turn, apply silence to that character. In arena, enemy cannot fill or reduce speed bar for themselves, allies, or enemies. This does not apply to speed bar gained through normal means. Enemy characters cannot assist in arena as well when this battlefield effect is up. Actually, enemies cannot assist anywhere. The first 2 are in arena. This attack gains 500% extra focus, and if this character has 2 or more Fantastic Four MCU allies, this attack is unavoidable. All right, so let's go ahead and use it now because it is such a cool graphic. All right, and we got silence on everyone. We need to not kill someone. Okay, very good. So let's check out Shadow King. All right, silence. Here's what it is. This character cannot apply positive or negative effects and cannot reduce the duration of positive effects. So silence is going to be a big deal, a really big deal. All right, let's go ahead and use her basic. All right, very good. So let's get into cell 4, I believe. All right, we've got an Odin in here, a very, very small Odin. All right, let's go ahead and use her special because why not? Okay, let's use his basic for now. I'm thinking that the last couple floors may be somewhat difficult, so we're going to build our abilities back up, and then we'll go over his special there as well. All right. Let me know, guys. Are you guys as excited about Franklin coming out as I am? I'm very excited to use him in Crucible. Very, very excited. All right, let's go ahead and go after Gambit. Everybody who has watched any of my videos knows how much I do not like Gambit. Okay. The things retaliates are crazy. All right. Oh, let's go ahead and use his ultimate because I'm not really too concerned about that. All right, there goes Gambit. That makes me happy. Oh man, Extreme X-Men is just very aggravating with all of their bouncing around and invading. All right. Attack primary and adjacent targets, 340% damage. If this character has 2 or more Fantastic Four MCU allies, reduce the duration of Safeguard by 2. Copy all positive effects, excluding taunt, stealth, and regeneration from the primary and adjacent targets to self. Spread all positive effects, excluding taunt, stealth, and regeneration from self to allies. Flip all positive effects into negative effects for primary and adjacent targets. This is a pretty powerful special. Let's see it in action. Yeah, even with immunity, it still flipped everything. So yeah, that's a pretty big deal. Okay, let's move on to, I think, cell 6. Okay. All right, we got some Night Stalkers. Let's see how this goes. All right. Man, I don't know where you guys are at out there, but I'm in Missouri, and it is freaking hot. Extremely hot. All right, let's go ahead and use her special. I think it's been like heat index 110, 115 the last 2 days. Okay. Yeah, I think last night I try to walk at least 5 miles a day. And usually I wait until the evening, 7 o'clock, something like that. I think last night I went for a walk at like 9:30. And it was finally like down to 85. All right, let's get in here to cell 7. Let's go ahead and use our basic. All right, let's go ahead and go after Agatha. Okay, got rid of Agatha. That works fantastic for me. Got to get through quite a few death proofs on an old lizard. Okay, this should be the last death proof. And there he goes. Very good. right, and there goes Morgan. All right, we're moving into cell 8. All right. Good old Spider Society. Like Extreme X-Men's worst cousin. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Got to get rid of the last 2. Got to get down to his death proof. That's gone. And let's get over here. These floors are really, really weak. All right. Very good. All right. Let's get into floor 9. I don't remember. The Annihilators, I think, might be 9, maybe 10. And I'm very excited to go up against Annihilus. Okay, yeah. We've got Annihilators and Black Knight on 10. Orcus in here. And in case anybody was wondering, it does look like, and we'll check it out at the beginning of the next cell, but there's a bunch of other teams that you are able to bring in here. Two revives. That's like winning the lottery. All right, let's get rid of the last Sentinel. There we go. All right. This next floor might be the only one that is somewhat of a challenge. And we're going to check out and see what other tunes are available. I'm pretty sure I saw that Thunderbolts are. Let's see if anyone else is. So it looks like Thunderbolts and Quasar. So if you don't have the Fantastic Four MCU built up, you do have another option. Okay, let's go ahead and use her ultimate. Very good. All right. He is gone. All right. Now we get to see Annihilus. This is exciting. Where's floor 11? All right, guys, we are back. We're going to see if it's going to let us in here to fight Annihilus. It's clearly not allowing us to use Fantastic Four for some reason. But we're going to go in here with Thunderbolts and Quasar, assuming it lets us in here. So let's see. Either way, I don't really care what team we bring. I want to see Annihilus. And I'm sure you guys do too. So let's see if it takes us in there. It's not showing the Annihilus node, so I really don't know what we're going into right now. All right, here we are. Oh, it didn't let us take them in because they're automatically joining us. That's kind of cool. All right, let's go ahead and use her special. Very good. All right, it's Annihilus. I feel like he should be much bigger. All right, let's okay. We need Franklin to take a turn. Okay, which one of this? If the character has 2 or more, fantastic. Reduce the duration of Safeguard by 2. Copy all positive effects. I'm afraid, I don't know if that, you know what, let's test it. Let's see if this will work with immunity. No, but it eliminated 3 turns. 3 turns of Safeguard and immunity. All right. So now he has no immunity or Safeguard, so let's go ahead and get in here on him. This is really cool. Let's get some ability block. Oh, that doesn't work here. All right. Clear barrier. Gain taunt, Safeguard. I feel like he has a stun. Okay, apply stun. Looks like he's got way too much resist to be stunned. Blind. Okay, he is blinded. That's great. Dude, check that out. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you're not meant to beat him at all, but we got to look at his ultimate, which was pretty amazing. That was awesome. Yeah, that was really, really, really cool. All right. Well, guys, I hope you had as much fun as I did. Obviously, the beginning was super easy, but the last couple nodes, a lot of fun. Let me know in the comments, how awesome did you think Annihilus's ultimate was? I thought that was pretty cool. And let me know. Are you guys excited about Franklin? Did you unlock him? Or are you waiting until Monday? Are you excited about using Fantastic 4 and Crucible Arena? Let me know what's going on in your minds, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe if you have not. Ring that notification bell so you are notified as soon as we drop the Professor X video tonight. And if you think your friends or ally mates could get some value out of this, make sure you share it with them. And until the next video, guys, stay positive and enjoy the game.